Hey guys, my name's Stefan. You might see that my new YouTube name is Zvodinsky, which is my last name. I just didn't really think Aroic was fitting well anymore for what I want to do on the channel. There's new concepts that I want to tackle. Like, I still love video games. That's something that I'm passionate about, and I love playing video games. But that name for this account was made so like way back, probably like 2015, and I just don't think it really fits anymore. I'm a photographer and aspiring filmmaker. These are the things that I love to do. So that's just a backup of why I changed my name, and let's get right into the video. So what we're talking about today is sort of touching up on where I've been in terms of photography and my favorite photographers. So as you can see, this is my Instagram. You can find a link below to that. But my name is also Zvodinsky, which is pretty cool. It's my OG last name. Nobody took it. Luckily, my brother didn't. But so we're gonna look through some of my recent favorites that I've taken. We can start with this one here. When I take photos, I usually don't want to put cliches, or just I'll either tell you directly what it is I took a photo of and what I thought about it, or like what I thought about when I was taking the photo, or just not type anything there and leave it to the reader, or not the reader, leave it to the viewer and reader, I guess, to see exactly what it is the image is trying to capture, right? So recently, these are my two favorites. We were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee with my family, and I saw these two Amish boys, or part of a whole Amish family, and he was just looking over the corner of a beautiful mountainscape that they have in Tennessee. It was beautiful, and I love how I captured the boys' just raw emotion of just looking down and seeing exactly what is going on. And I wanted to make the mountains a bit darker, a bit more villainous, but at the same time, it's sort of like I was thinking, how did the boy see it? How did the boy look at this mountainscape? Was it something scary, or was it something that was delightful to watch? It's a mixture of my feelings and what I thought the person in the photo was feeling. And I'm guessing in this second part of the photo, the brother came in, or someone that was part of the family, and like just got right next to him and started looking with him. And it was a sort of peaceful and brotherly moment. That's how I captured it, and I love this little business building that looks so standoutish among beautiful, just so many trees, and there's just one business building here. And I kind of made that the main point that people would look at by darkening out the lines and making it more just like stand out. So those were recently my two favorite images. Tennessee was beautiful, going there with my family and just going out and hiking. It was a pain in the ass, but it was something that I recommend everybody do. It's completely worth taking the time and effort and just really being in that beautiful nature and in that moment where you just realize how incredible the scenery is, and how incredible it is to be without your phone. Even though I missed talking to my partner, I was all the way back in Chicago, it was sort of like, it was blissful, because I know she would also want to be there with me, and we would experience it just like I was. So I recommend everybody go to Tennessee. It's a beautiful place. Let's look at one more here throughout my photos. I have a couple favorites. We can touch up on this one. This is a series of photos when I was out with my friend in downtown, but this one specifically really like hit me, and I wanted it to hit the audience just as much. I usually shoot black and white because it gives photos a more vulgar and detailed look than colors do, which at times I'm wrong, right? I think colors can also sort of show shapes and the way things are detailed a bit better because of the color separation of the different colors that go into it, right? But when there's something so personal and something so important and just like you know exactly what it is I want you to look at, black and white is sort of my way to go. You know, in this image, it's so much less than the idea of it being black and white. Mentally, when I see this, and when I was walking, it was more than just, oh, this looks cool, I'm gonna take a photo. And it was more of like with the idea of the homelessness rate in Chicago or just like in major cities is just sad to, you know, see and sad to look at. Sometimes I just wish I was carrying extra money in my pocket to give the money away, and then I never really understand or you can never truly know what it means to be homeless or what it means to be like this man in the street laying down. And maybe I should have checked up on him, but it looks like he doesn't have a care in the world. And so it was just a beautiful image for me, and then I captured it, and I loved how the shadows caved in on him and just how he was the main thing there. That is the attraction, and that is what people should look at. You know, it's no way to laugh at it. It's more of like, this is what's happening, and it's in front of your faces. Do something about it. The last image we're gonna look at is my other favorite. I want to show you some of my partner. Now there's times where I create, right, my own meaning, and it's more personal, right? It's not sort of like calling out a general social belief or social standard that's created among the world. It's more of just like, this is exactly, you know, what I love, and this is what I want to show people to see just how much it matters to me. And this is my partner, Giselle. I'm not going to show you her stuff. I don't think she wants to be shown, like, or followed and stuff, but this photo just really stuck out to me when I took it of her, and I kind of wish she hadn't had the glasses, because her eyes really, like, captured just the eyes in general in photography. I think that's my biggest tip to photographers, is try not to cover the eyes, because that's where the most emotion comes from. But I love the light that's put on her, where it's not overexposed, and it's washed out, but just right, you know, and you can see the details of her little sweater, or just everything is really beautiful, and not even underexposed, just perfectly lit. And I love how the flowers go over her head and just create a sort of like, just a like sort of godly like existence, and this little edge of clouds. It's just, I think this is a perfect photo of a person that you love. This is another one similar. I love how I edited it as well. It's very light colors and not too harsh and not too much in your face, and just when you look at it, it's light on your eyes and it doesn't hit you so hard. Wrote a little poem here, but sorry. I also have a website. It's also posted in my YouTube bio, or in the right when you come into it. And if you guys want to just check out my stuff and give me some support, I would love that, and I would appreciate that so much. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite photographers, and I've been looking up to him for a very long time. His name is Boogie. On Instagram, his name is Boogie Photographer, right here. And he's been a street photographer for a long time, and I found out about him about a year back, and or maybe two, and he's sort of just really changed my perspective on what it means to take photos of people, or what it means to take photos of the world. And I really fell in love with the work. I'm gonna pull up some of my favorite shots recently. My favorite shots are usually ones where there's a lot of action, and most of his photos have a lot of action or just things that are happening, you know? And it gives such personality. Like, let's say here, right? This photo is in New York, Queens, and just like the action of the way that he shoots it and the way that he takes the photo is sort of not like, it doesn't even look like it's from a, you know, civilian's point of view. It's sort of like almost like television. It's sort of like it's showing you something from above, making you wonder where it's seen from, but at the same time, like, we're just watching it happen. That's my perception on it. So throughout, you see, he took this sort of like catalog of photos of this arrest happening, and like all of it is just incredibly powerful, right? The amount of, especially in a day and age of where police brutality is so big and so like in your face, this idea there's so many cops, it's almost like claustrophobic, where they take up most of the image, and it's not letting you breathe. It makes you anxious, and it makes you wonder how the subject feels. But I definitely recommend you guys to go check him out. He's an incredible photographer. He's been a street photographer for a very long time. I think that's what he loves to do, or just photography in general. But he also does work for, you know, magazine companies and things like that, where he has so much range. You know, he works for Nike sometimes, and he works for Adidas sometimes, and he travels and does this stuff. But what inspires me the most is that he doesn't let that keep him in a box. You know, maybe like he has thousands, 86,000 followers, but I doubt that he blew up from the work that he just wants to do. You know, I doubt he blew up from a shot like this, you know? And this is him working for Nike here. This is how he takes the photos, and it's really interesting, and I'm sure he's having fun, and I'm sure that's what blew him up. But he used that to elevate himself and just really now show exactly what he wanted people to see. And I think that's what gives me the most inspiration. But I think I'm going to end off there. Thank you guys for watching and just catching up with me. And I've had a really good time just exploring what it is that makes me a unique photographer, and sort of go deeper into what it means to take photos and what makes it personal. And I challenge every photographer out there to, when they're taking photos, when you are taking photos, please ask yourself, what makes this personal to me? How does photography help me in life, and how does just working with a camera create a whole different idea of what I have for life? What do I want to project, and what I want to project to myself? It's been Stefan. Please tune in for the next video. I don't know when that will be, but hopefully soon. See ya.